Hi, my name is Kurt Nielsen, and I'm a mortgage consultant with True Compass Lending, and I help people get financing for their homes. Being in the mortgage and real estate business for 16 years, I have the opportunity to meet a lot of different real estate agents. And one in particular stands out to me, and it's Greg Rosen with Pacific Pioneer Real Estate. The reason Greg stands out is that he truly has a rare ability to help real estate investors make a lot of money. Again, being in the mortgage business, I see things from all different perspectives. And what I mean by that is I see well-meaning real estate investors running around trying to buy and sell houses without the help of an experienced real estate agent who actually specializes in investment property. In my experience, most investors are trying to do all the work on their own with mixed results at best. Today I'm interviewing Greg Rosen, and I want to find out how in this market over the last 26 months he's been able to make his investors, and one in particular, $683 per day every day for the last 26 months. So Greg, tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Sure, Kurt. I've been a real estate broker with Pacific Pioneer Real Estate. I've been doing real estate for the last 20 plus years. Mainly during that time, I work with investors. I specialize in the Clackamas County area along with parts of East County.
So Greg, how do you do it when, I see so many other investors and real estate agents have tried and they haven't succeeded? How do you do it?
Yeah, I've seen that too. It's simple, really. You make money when you buy a home, not when you sell it.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Well, when I look for a home for an investor, I determine what it'll sell for before we make our offer. And I then do a full home inspection and try to get a basic idea of all the costs, everything from the repairs to the improvements, and that's how I make a determination.
So are you saying that you yourself kind of do a full home inspection?
You have to do a full home inspection. Basically, I get in there, I crawl the entire crawl space, I go through the attic, and then I just take a really good visual inspection of the entire home.
I can honestly say that I've been doing this for over 16 years now, and I've never heard of a real estate agent that does that. Why do you do that?
Well, the problem is that all the hot-owned deals are all bank-owned. The banks don't know anything about the houses. In reality, some of them probably never even seen it. Unless you get in there and take a good look at this home yourself, you're not going to know. Unless you take that good look, you won't know what the repairs or improvements are. If you don't know what they are, you don't know what to offer for the house.
Gotcha. How much money would you say you've helped your investors make in the last 2 years?
Between all my investors, over 300, hold on. I'm sorry, about $750,000 in profit.
$750,000. That's an impressive number. I checked your stats, and you're in the top 5% of all brokers in this area. And the reason that's impressive to me, anyway, is that you're not just selling homes, is that you're helping investors make a very respectful living.
That's I've never actually really checked it, but I can say I've been very fortunate in this market.
Yeah, you told me something before the interview that I wanted to bring up, and you said that in the last 27 months, every home that you sold to an investor to flip sold for at least what you told them, and almost half of them sold for more than what you told them.
Yep, I always tell the investor up front what it'll sell for. Before we make our offer, I give him the selling price. And it is true, not one is actually sold for less than what I told them.
That is really impressive. I guess everything will sell for the asking price if you wait long enough. Is that how it works?
Kurt, over the last 2 years, probably all the homes I've sold, the average market time for my investors before we got an offer was 11 days. 11 days from the time I put it on the market till we had an accepted offer.
You told me before this interview, so I looked up your stats on RMLS, and I was frankly amazed. I also looked up the average market time for everybody else. Do you know what that average market time was?
Yeah, I do. The average market time in RMLS is 93 days.
So, just so I understand this, what you're saying is that on average, it takes most real estate brokers 93 days to sell their listings, and your investors' listings sell on average in 11 days. Is that accurate?
Yeah, and here's a really impressive part. For almost all my investors, from purchase to sale to close, where they actually get their money, 91 days. That's 91 days to buy it, fix it, sell it, and close it.
Do you have an idea on average how much money most of your investors make on each of their homes?
Oh yeah. On average, it's around 20 grand. We shoot for 30.
Yeah. I don't mean to be negative, but I'm sure your investors have lost money before, haven't they?
Nope. We've been extremely lucky. On 3 of the homes, we made just between probably $5,000 to $7,000, but they still made a little bit of money. Things don't always go as anticipated. But then you have the other one that I was telling you about that we made $165,000 on in under 90 days.
Just out of curiosity, how many bank-owned homes did you make offers on last year?
132.
132, really?
Yep, 132. I found that in order to get the best deals, you have to find the banks that are motivated.
Aren't all the banks motivated?
No, they aren't. For example, with Fannie Mae, when they list a home for sale, without question, within the first 30 days, they almost never come down more than 3%.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
It was kind of funny, too. On one home, over the course of 5 months, I wrote 26 offers on it for my investors.
26 offers on one home. That's a lot of work.
Well, the funny part is, and this is getting back to you never know what banks will take, my first offer was $225,000 cash, which the bank rejected without a counter. They were asking $299,000 for the house at the time. 3 months later, an investor bought it for $200,000 cash.
I don't get it.
Well, I know it makes no sense. Every bank, without question, gets to a point when that bank will take a low offer. The only way I can get there is to write the offers and be there when that happens.
Got it. Greg, have you noticed that there are really just very few brokers that list all the bank-owned homes?
I know it doesn't seem right that just a handful of the real estate brokers handle most all the bank-owned homes listed for sale, but I figured out a way to get an advantage for my investors.
How's that?
Well, I don't want to sound arrogant, but I've written up so many offers on these homes and I've sold so many of them that they're actually calling me to write up offers on their properties.
That's kind of cool.
No, it's actually better than that. In a few cases, they've told me exactly what I can get the home for. One time, $43,000 under the list price. These brokers know I have cash buyers who can close in days, and they love me. Well, actually, they don't love me. They just love my investors. The cool thing is it's the connections that make the difference. They see me all the time. They see my offers. They see my buyers. So I'm constantly in their thoughts if they need someone to pick up a house. Now, I don't know if they do this for other brokers or they call other brokers. I just know they do call me.
Nice. Greg, what does it take for you to work with an investor?
Kurt, good question. I just fired my main investor that bought 15 plus homes every year for the last 2 years.
Why would that be?
Well, I need to be able to talk with them, to tell them what needs to be done and to have an open and honest relationship. This particular investor, well, he preferred to yell about most everything. It was just his style. The next day it'd be like nothing happened. In 20 months, I probably heard him say please and thank you less than 10 times. Now, it's not like that's required, but it's kind of something I value.
Yeah, I got it. You told me one last thing before the interview, and I wanted to touch on it before we wrap this up. And this really caught my attention. You told me that if you give the investor a sales price that the home will sell for, and it doesn't sell for what you told them, then you'll reduce your commission?
Yeah, that's true. This investor is trusting what I'm telling them. If I tell them something and it doesn't happen, I'm responsible. They're relying on me and my expertise, and I basically back it up with my word.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. I've never met a broker who's offered that. So, Greg, if someone has an interest in making good money investing in real estate, what's the next step?
Basically, just get in touch with me. We'll sit down, have a cup of coffee, we'll discuss your needs, and, well, basically we'll see if we can work together towards a common goal.
Great. So thanks for spending a little time with us here today, Greg. I want to thank you for your insight.
Kurt, hey, thanks for taking the time to help me with this.
Have a great day.